Hello. I am experiencing some epiphanies and rather having a rather profound release of sorts. I'm watching a movie called The Bookshop, and while it is very moving, it's also tragically accurate of a portrayal of how sometimes people with really wonderful intentions are kind of threatening to people without wonderful intentions. I hope I don't ruin anything about this movie. If you haven't seen it and wish to, then don't keep watching right now. But this woman, all she wants to do is be kind to others and open a bookshop. And this wealthy woman has some dumb, idiotic idea of why this bookshop shouldn't exist. And, she's really very cruel, and she uses all of her resources to try to shut it down. And it affects where the woman lives, and it obviously affects the woman's ability to have her dream after her husband dies. And it just makes me remember, but in a healing way, not in a self-pity way, people that have been threatened by my light and that have gone to great lengths to lie and to make me look bad in the eyes of my family, or to just try to ruin whatever it is that I'm enjoying, really is how it feels sometimes. So my point is, if you're going out of your way in any way to be mean to someone who's kind, here's a better way to say it. Ask yourself what people's intentions are, and what are your actions? Are you helping? Are you helping nice people accomplish their goals, or are you not? And not just not, please don't. If you're my friends, I'm presuming that you are helping people, and that you would never go out of your way to be cruel just because there's something within yourself you don't feel like looking at. Or maybe it's more convenient to watch the Game of Thrones, or whatever. I'm not knocking your way to relax, but here's what I am doing. This movie is very moving, and I've been crying. And I want to tell you, it's okay to cry. You don't have to worry about me. Crying is good. One time I told my best friend, Jessica Tran, I wish I didn't care so much. And she looked at me and laughed and said, Charity, you care about a weed growing in the sidewalk. And it's true. It's true, especially if the weed has a little flower on it, and I can pick it and braid them together and put them in my hair. You know, unless you know me well, this might seem like a kind of whatever overly emotional rant. I am feeling overly emotional right now, and I want to be honest about it. So I just sent a couple texts to a man. That's not why. Well, that's not the only reason I'm feeling overly emotional. I'm not going to tell you who this person is, but I had a pretty great realization of how women are expected to act in today's society by all this texting bullshit and all this just... We're creating a world in which we're making it acceptable for people to try less and less and connect less and less and have these kind of trivial, fake, surface level bonds that look good on Facebook or whatever. I don't know. But my point is, I want real connections. I want to hear the truth, even if it's not truth I want to hear. I want people to just, why don't you call each other or actually visit or something? I know I'm doing electronics while talking about kind of the evils of electronics, but let's be realistic in why we're doing things in general. Why are we doing what we're doing? Why do we treat people the way we treat people? Is it in alignment with God? So the first little thing I'm going to share with you is very short. The second thing is about God. But I think this is poignant, particularly, well, for men and women. Because as an activist, or an aspiring activist, and as an advocate for women, and as a woman, I feel very strongly that I should share this. So, ready? To call someone is so simple, and yet it is a man's job. It's a woman's job to simply wait and sit with her disappointment as if it doesn't exist. I just watched a film that is beautiful but painfully bringing many things to the surface. That said, I will not apologize for feeling. A wise man would see the affection of a woman as a blessing. I'll kind of explain the situation in a second. But anyway, maybe that part's not important. This part is. It is also a woman's job to assure ourselves that our intuition is amiss, and that we are so very outlandish and inconvenient for making presumptions. But I know this woman very well. My intuition is like a magnifying glass to the very core of existence at times, and I aspire to never ignore it again. So, people get real caught up in whatever it is they're caught up in, and they misplace things, or they kind of put attention maybe when it's better deserved somewhere else. It's not my job to worry about all of that. It's simply my job to myself to be treated with respect and to, well, to be appreciated for what I bring to the table. And if somebody can't have an honest and meaningful interaction with me, well, frankly, I don't have time for that person. And I don't want to, because so many of you have given me what it really looks like to connect. You know, like my friends that just visited from Alabama, that's what love feels like. And we're actually on this planet to love each other, not to have the newest iPhone or the best car. We're here to love each other and to feel what that feels like as a human being, having, well, no, as a spiritual being, having a human experience. So here's the last part, which is about God. There's some particular dreams that I've been working my ass off on. And like, sometimes, you know, patience is not my virtue. I'm very patient with little kids. I'm not patient with much of anything else. So I'm getting a little frustrated with God, even though I know that I'm alive for a reason, and I know what that reason is, and I know that good things are coming to me, and I know I have a lot to be grateful for now. Anyway, I'm just going to share with you this little thing I wrote, because my tattoo is a quill pen, and I need to be writing, and I'm trying, even though literally handwriting or typing on a shitty iPad because I don't have a computer. But you know what? That's life too, and that'll fix itself somehow magically, because I deserve to have a computer to type on and try to share things with the world, because my intention is for you to not suffer in the same ways that I have. And if you have suffered in the same ways that I have, it's my intention for you to find peace with that in yourself and to make better decisions. That we all can make better decisions and truly connect with each other and just love. All these distractions and all this stuff, it's really so simple, like John Lennon knew that. Anyway, have I been talking to God? If by talking you mean relentless, consistent openness and surrender, then yes. I cannot sing any louder, pray with any less fervency, or be more willing. If this were a chess game, it's God's turn.